Welcome back to another episode of The Road Chose Me. My name's Dan Grech, and on today's episode, I finally have the custom rear canopy on the back of my Jeep Gladiator. So if you'd like to learn more about why I've chosen this particular option, what are the pros, what are the cons, and does it work for your needs, stick around. I'm going to give a full tour of this thing right now. So without a doubt, the first thing you're going to notice about my rear canopy is that it's canvas. And yes, I've chosen to go with canvas that covers the entire rear of the Gladiator. And you know how I am right now with this build. I'm trying exceptionally hard to keep this vehicle light. So reason number 1 through 5 why I've chosen canvas for this canopy is because of how light it is. So there's tons of options on the market for this thing, fiberglass or steel or whatever. They start at about 100 pounds and they go up to 5, 6. I think there's a couple on the market that are 700 pounds, which is a big chunk of the payload of this vehicle versus what I've got here on the back of my Gladiator. I didn't actually weigh it, but given that it's fabric over a lightweight steel frame, I think it's a grand total of about 50 pounds. So right away, I've just saved 300, 400, 500, 600 pounds of payload because I've chosen to have a canvas canopy on the back of the Gladiator. And you can see overall, I intentionally made it quite big like this. So it is fully as wide or even wider than the vehicle when you look from the front. It isn't actually wider than the mirrors though. And you might also notice it's quite tall, and you might wonder, why did I make it taller than the vehicle? Well, remember, I still have the Rhino Rack roof rack to go on top here with my solar panel, with my surfboards. And measuring it all out, the canopy will actually still be lower than the roof rack with things on the roof rack. So overall, I haven't made the vehicle taller in that particular way. So they were my basic design considerations. Lightweight canvas, but make it as big as it possibly could be. And the reason is because I want to store things in the back, I want them to be out of the rain, out of the sun, and out of the dust. Those were my primary considerations with this canopy. And looking around, there really wasn't anything on the market that met my needs, and that's why I had this thing custom designed and made. And so the company that made this, they're experts at making canopies and tents and all sorts of outdoor things like awnings and swags. And so they know what they're doing. This is super durable canvas. And I'm told too that this will shrink quite a bit and it'll really tighten up and it won't be kind of a bit loose like it is now. So it'll definitely look a little bit better when it shrinks up, but obviously really durable as well. You know, plenty of people have driven around Australia with these things and not had a problem. We've got extra dust seals on the zips, all of that kind of thing. So in terms of durability, I'm really confident that this thing is up to the task. And a couple of features of it that I'm really happy with and I think are really great. You might not be able to see too well, but in the front, there's actually a clear window here. And also at the back, obviously you can see the clear window. And what that means is when I'm driving, I can use the rear view mirror exactly as normal. In fact, when I drove home with this on, when you're in the driver's seat, you almost can't see it and you almost don't even know it's there. So I'm really happy with that. I think that's a great feature. On the Jeep I drove around Africa, my middle rear view mirror really didn't work because of the rear tire carrier and all of that stuff. So I'm happy to have a rear view mirror back on this vehicle. I think that's really nice to have. Another feature that I think is really important is it actually has a vent at the front here to allow wind to go in while you're driving. So the idea being that air will push in through there and it'll keep the whole thing positively pressurized. And because there's so much air inside of it, keeping it pressurized, dust won't be able to come in. And is it 100% perfect? No, obviously not. But is it going to make a big difference to the amount of dust? Yes, I'm told it really does. And if I'm driving in a convoy with a bunch of vehicles and I'm fully in the dust, obviously then I'd probably close the vent. I was also told if I'm driving on the freeway and it's pouring rain, I probably want to keep it closed. But I'll be honest with you, I don't want to drive in a convoy with a bunch of vehicles. That's not who I am. And even if I did, I would just drop back far enough that I'm out of the dust. When I followed my German friends in Angola, when we were in Namibia, when it was horrendously dusty, whichever vehicle was in the rear, we would just say to the other person, go for it, get 10 minutes ahead of me, and I'll wait until the dust clears and then I'll drive. Who wants to drive along just covered in someone else's dust? Doesn't sound like a lot of fun to me. So I'm very pleased to see it still does actually fit inside Dad's garage, although it only just goes under the door. I have to be really careful. But anyway, it's time to show you guys what the inside looks like. And actually opening this thing, it gives me a lot of happiness and a lot of pleasant sensations. This reminds me so much of opening my little soft top Wrangler that I drove down to Argentina. And so I could roll up the clear window if I wanted, or actually I just push it up on top of the roof like that. And that's what I did on my little Wrangler. And so to do it here now on this, it really does feel like I'm going back in time. And knowing those adventures, this is pretty exciting for me actually. And so here you can see the inside of the canopy. And so it really is just a lightweight steel frame, and then the canvas is stretched over the frame. And so it's bolted down to the rails. And then I actually added this black rubber matting just on the actual bed rails, just to sort of finish it off so it looks pretty nice. And I've already been hard at work adding a few things. I just added a small work light here. This is one of Lightforce's Rock 9 lights. And so I think that's gonna do a really good job, not only of lighting up the inside of the canopy, but also hopefully throw some light out here where I'm standing right now, which is going to be the kitchen area. And you can see this thing is actually really cavernous. I can totally climb in there and actually sit down in there quite happily. And it's really strange actually. This is a very similar amount of space to the Jeep that I drove around Africa. So when I measure that thing from the inside of the closed tailgate to the back of the driver's seat is 5 feet, which is exactly the same length I have here. And height-wise, this is probably a little bit higher, and it works out to be a little bigger volume because these walls are very close to vertical, whereas on my Wrangler, they angle in quite a bit. So it's kind of strange to realize, although they're vastly different vehicles, the amount of living space that I've created is actually similar. But of course, this is not going to be living space. And what I'm going to do with this space is very much determined by what is probably the worst feature or the biggest disadvantage of going with canvas for a canopy. And of course, that is kind of security and durability. So there's no doubt about it, this thing is not as strong as if it was made out of fiberglass or even aluminium. If I do brush it up against a tree or some other solid object, not only could I tear the canvas, I might actually bend the whole frame or, put a big dent in it or something. So that's something to think about. Although when I was designing it, I cast my mind back to Africa, think about South America. Never have I driven somewhere where that's a real problem. As much as I love getting remote, as much as I love getting off the beaten path, it's pretty rare for me to drive somewhere that another vehicle has never driven. Even when I crossed the Congo, technically 90% of that, 95% of that was actually on a road. I mean, some of the worst roads in the world, but still a road nonetheless. And it's always important to remember, vehicles bigger than me, transport trucks or whatever, they're definitely getting through on those roads. So if they can get through, then I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to get through and I won't have to deal with trees that are gonna crush my canopy. So I don't think that's a really big concern, which leaves really the only other disadvantage, which of course is security. And yes, it is just canvas on the side here. Someone could easily cut into this to steal whatever's inside of it. They could even just try and rip it off the Jeep. Obviously much easier to do that than if it was made out of fiberglass or aluminium or something stronger. And the reason that I've gone with canvas this time is because I'm in Australia after all. This is very likely the safest country that I will ever explore in my life. And so if I'm not going to have a canvas canopy on this trip, that pretty much means I'll never have a canvas canopy. So for me, I love the idea that I get to tailor my vehicles to where I'm actually going in the world. Yes, for Africa, I had multiple steel lock boxes, safety and security was a big concern. But now here in Australia, I can relax quite a bit more. I don't have to stress that much. Are the chances of a smash and grab always there? Yeah, they definitely are. It might happen, but I'm certainly not as worried about it as I was in Africa. And so I love the idea that this is much more lightweight, this is much less stress and much less hassle to just drive around Australia and go remote rather than, you know, trying to cross the Congo or Nigeria or something like that. And so considering, you know, the safety or the security of my stuff, that kind of has led me to design how the rear area is going to look. So one of the last big pieces of the puzzle yet to arrive is my whole kitchen setup. And essentially, it's a huge big drawer that's going to sit on this side of the bed, and it'll come out nearly to halfway, and the whole drawer will pull out, and it'll have a workbench, a cutting board, a stove, the fridge will be here. So that kind of takes up almost half of the rear of the Gladiator. So what I'm thinking is, on the other side, I'll build a shelf at the same height of it that goes right across basically bed rail to bed rail. And what that means is when the tailgate is closed, everything under that shelf will essentially be locked in, and it would be impossible to get anything out unless you opened the tailgate. The only way to open the tailgate is to use the key, unlock the actual Jeep. So I don't really see that as a big problem. Chances are nobody's going to be able to get under the shelf. So that's where I'll put important stuff that isn't in the vehicle, maybe tools, maybe spare parts, things that can get dirty and rattle around, not my really important gear, but also things that I don't want to get stolen. Whereas on top of the shelf, I'll put things like camping chairs, dirty shoes, maybe even dirty laundry. I mean, realistically, nobody wants to steal that stuff anyway. And even if somebody does want to steal my camping chairs, the reality is that I'm in Australia this time around. It's not going to be super difficult to just go to a store and buy new ones. It'll be annoying, but obviously it's possible, versus when I was in the Congo, not so easy to go to a store and buy camping chairs. So that's kind of how I'm going to outfit the rear of the Gladiator here once the kitchen arrives. And I think the canvas canopy is going to work super well for my needs. I'm really excited. I think it looks great. I think it's really functional, and it'll be interesting to see how much dust stays out. I did just buy a kit to seal up the rear tailgate here to try and keep the dust out. And I did actually just put some Gorilla Tape on a few of the holes that were around the bed, trying to stop dust from coming in. So I'll definitely have to give you guys an update once I've been on the road for 6 months and let you know how much dust is coming in. Yes, there will definitely be some dust. Is it going to be a huge amount? Let's find out. There's only really one way to know for sure. So I hope that video has been helpful, and I hope it gets you thinking about what are your needs on the back of your vehicle, especially if you have a pickup truck or a ute like I have this time around. And as you can see, there's a lot of different pros and cons to consider, and it really depends on your needs. There's no one size fits all solution. There isn't something on the market that is perfect for every vehicle and every trip and every body. It's more about what you need to do what you're going to do. So for me, I think this is going to be brilliant, and I can't wait to get out there and start putting it to the test and start using it. So if the video has been helpful, please do hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. There are plenty more videos coming in the build, a few big ticket items that still need to go on. Then I'll hit the road and start exploring Australia. Fingers crossed the COVID lockdowns aren't as severe as they are right now, because we just went into another snap lockdown and things are getting crazy once again. So again, a huge thanks to all my supporters over on Patreon. They're helping me bring these videos to life. My Patreon supporters get a ton of behind the scenes content, and they get input. They've been helping me design this thing, and they've been seeing photos of this canopy for months and months now. So if you'd like to be involved in that, check it out. There's a link in the description over to my Patreon. And until next time, stay safe out there, and maybe I'll bump into you on the road.